Imagine this. The company behind the iPhone, the Apple Watch, the MacBook, was once weeks away from bankruptcy. Not years, weeks. And the move that saved them wasn't a new product. It wasn't a new technology. It wasn't even a new CEO. It was a marketing idea, a simple message that rebuilt the entire brand. This is the story of the most powerful marketing strategy Apple ever used, and how it changed the company forever. In the mid-1990s, Apple was in chaos. The company was losing money every single day. Their product line was confusing. Dozens of computers, none of which people really understood. Dell and Microsoft dominated the market. Most business analysts agreed. Apple was finished. Then Steve Jobs returned. But instead of immediately releasing new computers or updating hardware, he did something people didn't expect. He focused on the brand, not the product. Jobs believed one idea. People don't buy products, they buy stories. They buy identity. And Apple's identity was gone. The world didn't know what Apple stood for anymore, so he rebuilt it from scratch. Jobs met with Apple's marketing team and said something legendary. Marketing is about values. He explained that in a world full of noise, ads everywhere, features everywhere, companies screaming for attention, people don't remember specs. They remember what a brand represents. Nike doesn't sell shoes. They sell inspiration and athletes. Disney doesn't sell movies. They sell magic. And Apple, what did Apple stand for? Nobody knew. Jobs wanted Apple to stand for one idea: creativity, rebels, people who think differently. That single concept became the foundation for the campaign that would save the company. In 1997, Apple launched a commercial called Think Different. No computers, no screens, no iMacs, no technology at all. Just black and white videos of the most iconic people in history. Einstein, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Picasso, Hitchcock, Amelia Earhart, and more. People who changed the world by thinking differently. And then a voiceover that made advertising history.
Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits. The rebels. The troublemakers. The round pegs in the square holes. The ones who see things differently.
There was no pitch, no buy now, no price, no product shot. The ad never even said what Apple was selling, because it wasn't selling a product. It was selling a belief that Apple was the brand for people who challenge the ordinary. This campaign worked for 3 brilliant reasons. 1. It positioned Apple as a lifestyle, not a computer company. If you buy a Dell or an HP, you bought a tool. If you bought an Apple product, you were joining a community of creatives. The product became a symbol. 2. It connected Apple to the greatest minds in history. Einstein never used an iMac. Picasso never used a MacBook. Gandhi never had an iPhone. But Apple borrowed their identity. The message was clear. Geniuses think differently. Our customers do too. Genius branding. 3. It simplified a dying brand. Apple had too many products, too much complexity, confusing marketing. Think Different cleaned all that up. It told the world, this is what Apple stands for, this is who we are. And suddenly Apple had direction again. After the campaign launched, Apple's brand value skyrocketed. The company regained public trust. Media attention exploded. Schools and creatives returned to the brand. Investors gained confidence, and Apple's culture completely transformed. Just 1 year later, Apple released the iMac G3, the colorful computer that became insanely popular. It was the first direct product of the new brand identity. Fun, creative, different. That success eventually led to the iPod, iPhone, iPad, MacBook Air, and the Apple we know today. And all of it began with a marketing idea, not a device. So what is the lesson? Marketing isn't about the product you make. It's about the meaning behind it. Apple didn't win because of processors or screens. They won because they built a brand people wanted to believe in. They didn't sell computers. They sold creativity. They sold rebellion. They sold identity. And that is why Think Different is one of the greatest marketing strategies in history.